Guys, go ahead and ask me whatever.
I guess just to start, what did you kind of think of the game?
Yeah, first off, I mentioned this on my other little deal here, but this crowd. I walked out and I was like, oh my word, this is what we've been fighting for and working to get. And I'm really proud of our kids, and I'm really thankful for our fans. Like, this was wild out here. The umpire at third base walked out and said, it's really changed here over time, and I was like, it really has, and it kind of just set in there. It's really cool to see what our administration has done to try to make this the best that we can with what we've got, and it was really cool to watch. But I thought that Ellis was pretty good. I didn't think she was her best, but I thought she was good enough, and when you've got stuff like that, if you just compete in the zone, you got a really good chance. And she's just on fire with the bat. I think she's 6 for 6 on the weekend.
Yeah, he hasn't missed in
Yeah, so it's really cool to see. But just proud of our offense. Just the way we're starting to really hit balls hard, really consistent, adjusting, making plans. I'm seeing what the thing I think about coaching is when you work all week and practice on certain things, and then you are able to take them and implement them into a game. That's the hardest thing. And so that for our coaches, I know for Jeff and Vanessa with the offense to take what we're doing and not revert back to what you've always done has been cool to watch. So just a good couple of games, but it's going to be tough here tomorrow for sure.
When you think back to a month ago and where Miranda was just finding her feet, what are some of the big differences to the pitcher you're seeing now?
Just one word: confidence. And it's wild to think that you can be a player of the year and you can be an All-American and have all these things, and to think that could be the word, but that's the one word. She feels a part of this, and it just takes time. And the stuff's the exact same. It's just confidence. You can throw any pitch at any time at any spot. Before, she's just trying to wish it in there, and it's wild to think that these alpha athletes could get to that point, but you do, and that's what we've been trying to really to build back, and just make sure that she understands that we love her. I mean, we truly love her. She's been a blessing here, and I'm not talking. It has nothing to do with softball. She's just a really cool kid.
And she said it was for her more mental than physical. And then
Yeah.
Conversations with you, she said there were some tears even there. Where how she's gotten here. What did she have to overcome?
I mean, that's probably for you two to hash out, on a story or something. But it's this whole mental awareness is real. Like, these kids, I think we think of these athletes as, I don't know if it's fair to say immortal, but like, we just think they don't need things that the average person needs. These are average people. They just happen to be really good at softball. And they have lives too, on and off our field, and so she can fill you in more on that, but it's just real. And so I think that's what these transfers find here is a safe landing. We'll love you right from day one, but you got to love us back. And so I think once she really felt that, she just takes off and goes, and it's just really cool to see.
You guys obviously had a really tough non-conference schedule, but what's kind of started to click offensively for you guys?
Just toughness, just being aware of some deficiencies that you have, and being able to fight that. We've been really trying to focus on being in control of our barrel. We've been losing the barrel and missing balls and striking out a little too much and popping balls up, and we've just been really working on barrel path and creating backspin, and like we should be always doing. We got a little bit away from that. It's all of our faults, and we get enamored with the home run and things like that. And what you find out is when you create backspin, balls start jumping out of here. When you're trying to hit home runs, balls don't go anywhere. And so it's just been a lot of hard work.
You have several players on the team that can really, with their bat, open the game up at any point. Does that make it easier, as a coach, or for any player out here, if a mistake occurs, you guys can go to run? Is that easier to get put behind you quicker?
I don't know. I think that it works both ways. I think you got kids that when you have competition like this, you gotta, you gotta fight for your job. You know what I mean? I think you think about a buzz being a win. They've always played, So they're going back and forth. You know, Petty played all last year. So the hard part on them right now is keeping their heads right, that they don't think they have to hit a 900-foot home run to get in the lineup. We just keep talking about just have good at-bats. So I think having all these guys is awesome. It's been one of the hardest and the most challenging years, but we knew that was going to be like that because of the competition and the depth. So the biggest part is keeping them all happy, and that's the hard part. So I love what we have. It was cool to be able to put some pinch runners out there. One time we were able to pinch run and do some things, and I looked at, we had Hobson and we had Chelsea and Bree out there. And I was like, geez Louise, we can run right here. We got some power at the plate, and it's pressure. I just want to put the pressure on them, and that's what's kind of going on.
You mentioned the hard part's keeping them all happy. How do you balance that whenever some girls aren't in the lineup, some girls are? How do you kind of balance that?
Just honest conversations. You know what I mean? Just honest conversations. That's the hard part. You know, it's not easy, but we like to hang our hat on the fact that we don't let things go. We're not gonna dodge you. I'm gonna go right to you, and I'm gonna tell you if you're playing or you're not gonna play, and I'm gonna tell you why. And those aren't easy. I can tell you that right now. There's a lot of coaches that avoid those. They just kind of put the lineup up. I don't want that. You know, I want girls to care, and I want to be able to. I want them, to know that it's hard on me to tell them, and they know that. So I think that's the appreciation that we all have for each other, even when it's hard.
Does that honesty kind of build stronger relationships between you and the players too?
You'd have to ask them. I think it does, but I don't. You'd have to ask. Truthfully, you'd have to ask them. I mean, I hope that's how they feel. I know this. If they don't feel like that now, I think when they're my age, they'll look back and go, man, I'm thankful that they told me where I stood. And so at least that's the way I'm going to paint it.